Hello everybody, how are you? Well, this week we are going to keep studying Unit 2, alright? But now we are going to start a part of this unit that is called My Favorite Place at Home. Okay, so just as last week, I'm going to put the grammar part here. Okay, I need you to read with me and I'm going to explain it to you. Alright, let's go. This grammar point is about the negative form of the simple present. Do you remember that last class we studied about simple present, the affirmative form? So let's review a little bit for us to understand the negative form, okay? So the affirmative form of the simple present, to build this form, we're going to need two things. We're going to need a subject, okay? And the subject is the person, the animal, the object, anything that we are talking about, okay? The one that we are talking about. This is the subject. We also need a verb, and the verb is the action. Alright, do you remember? So, we are going to use the same example as last week, okay? So, last week we had I have. Do you remember that? I have. Alright? I is the subject, alright? The person I'm talking about, and in this case I'm talking about me. Alright? So, I, and have is the verb, the action. Alright, so I have is in the affirmative form. Now, first to make a negative form, we are going to need two things, okay? We're going to need an auxiliary verb, okay, an extra verb. And this verb is the verb do, okay? The verb do, it doesn't have a meaning, okay? It doesn't mean anything. But we need to use this verb because it's an auxiliary verb. And the negative form is going to be together with this verb, okay? So we are going to need do and a not, okay? Do not. The two things we need to make a negative form, alright? And we can mix this do not, okay? And when we mix this do not, they become don't, okay? So now we have don't. It's do not. To make a negative sentence, okay, a negative sentence in the present, we're going to need the don't, alright? So let's go back to that sentence we talked before. We have I have, okay? I have. Now, the do not, we are going to put after the subject, okay? So we have I don't have, okay? I don't have. Okay, repeat after me. I don't have. Really good. Alright, this is our negative sentence. We add don't, okay? And we also have prepositions of place. Now, repeat after me. At, in, on. At the, in the, on the. Really good. And these prepositions of place, we can use with many places, okay? So we are going to use at with some places. So at, we can say at school, at home, at work, at college. Alright, let's try one more time. At home, at school, at work, at college. Really good. And we also can use at the, alright? If we say at the, we are going to say with places like supermarket, beach, bank, park, okay? So we are going to use at the supermarket, at the beach, at the park, at the bank. Alright? So we are going to use with places, common places. Alright? And on, we are going to use in specific cases. Okay? So, for example, on the farm. Alright? So, farm is always we are going to use with on. Okay? So, on the farm. And sometimes we are going to use on the beach too. Okay? So, let me explain it to you. We can say at the beach, in the beach, or on the beach. But this is different, okay? So let's imagine the beach, okay? If you are in the beach, it means that you are inside of the water, okay? If you are on the beach, it means that you are in the sand, okay? And if you are at the beach, you're not really inside of the beach, okay? Maybe you are passing, okay, through the beach. You are near the beach, okay? You are in front of the beach, okay? But not necessarily inside of the beach, okay? Now I'm going to put some hints in here and I need you to say the words after me, okay? So let's go. Places, countryside, downtown, city, house, apartment, farm. Let's try it one more time. Countryside, downtown, city, house, apartment, farm. Places in the house: bedroom, bathroom, living room, dining room, kitchen, balcony, TV room. One more time. Places in the house: bedroom, bathroom, living room, dining room, kitchen, balcony, TV room. Now, places and prepositions. Say, at home, in an apartment, in a house, in the countryside, on the farm, downtown. Let's try one more time. Places and prepositions. At home, in an apartment, in a house, in the countryside, on the farm, downtown. Now we have these other hints. Let's read together. We prefer a house to an apartment. Okay, before we keep reading, see that we use, if we prefer something to another something, okay? So for example, I prefer cake to cookies. I prefer cheese to ham, okay? And the verb to prefer is not used in the negative form, alright? So we don't say we don't prefer. No, okay? We say we prefer, alright? Only in the affirmative form, okay? Now I'm going to put the pictures and I need you to tell me their names, okay? So I'm not going to show up. You're going to see only the pictures. When you see the pictures, say their names. Alright? Let's go! Now I'm going to read the dialogue and I need you to listen to me and pay attention, okay? Because there are some words that you may not know. So I need you to listen, and if you don't know the words, you can write them down, okay? And you can listen to their pronunciation, alright? So let's start. My favorite place at home. I know you don't live near here. It's true. I live in the countryside with my parents, and I love to stay on the farm. I don't like to live in the city. I love farms too. What's your favorite place in your house on the farm? I love my bedroom, but I don't like the kitchen because I don't like to cook with my mom. I prefer to stay in the TV room. My parents like to stay in the living room at night. I live in an apartment and I like all the rooms. My favorite place in the world is my apartment. Now I'm going to read the dialogue again but pausing. So I need you to repeat each sentence after me, okay? Let's go. My favorite place at home. I know you don't live near here. It's true. I live in the countryside with my parents. And I love to stay on the farm. I don't like to live in the city. I love farms too. What's your favorite place in your house on the farm? I love my bedroom, but I don't like the kitchen because I don't like to cook with my mom. I prefer to stay in the TV room. My parents like to stay in the living room at night. I live in an apartment and I like all the rooms. My favorite place in the world is my apartment. And you? Do you live in a house or in an apartment? I live in a house. I'm going to put the got it now, okay? And I'm going to read the sentences with a pause for you to complete these sentences, okay? So then I'm going to read again but with the answers. Alright, let's start. I, a brother. You live with my parents. We like the kitchen. I like to stay the farm. We prefer to stay the kitchen. They like to stay home. I love to stay my bedroom. Okay, now let's answer, alright? I don't have a brother. You don't live with my parents. We don't like the kitchen. I like to stay on the farm. We prefer to stay in the kitchen. They like to stay at home. I love to stay in my bedroom. Really good! And for homework, you're going to build 6 sentences, alright? But 6 negative sentences. So remember, you're going to need to use do plus not. So don't, alright? To build your 6 sentences. Also, you can use the vocabulary of this class, okay? So you can use on the farm, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, at home, all of the vocabulary from the hints, okay? You can use this vocabulary, alright? So write down your sentences and show me next class, okay? And that's it, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask me next class, alright? See you soon. Bye-bye.